sunny and 73, sunny 72 tomorrow. It just doesn't get a whole lot better.
I love this time of the morning, but I really am having a problem with this 4:30, 5 o'clock dark. I don't like that.
It's not dark at 4:30 at my house. Is it dark at 4:30 at your house?
It seems
Well, it's not totally dark.
What time's the
The
sun
sun
going down
sets
today?
at 4:28.
You said that was global warming, didn't you?
I did not say that.
I don't.
That's daylight standard time. I'm just not used to it. That's all.
Well, you
5
guys
o'clock,
do-
it's dark.
Well, I was thinking about it on the way into work this morning because the moon is intensely bright this week.
It is.
And it's like daylight. And I said, Gary's complaining and whining about it being dark. All he got to do is go outside, and the moon's bright
Well, that's
enough
true.
to...
Even when I let my dog out in the
You could
morning.
mow the yard.
I could. I told Darlene that the other night. She said, you could not.
But that's not going to last forever.
No, I know that. But it's a very bright moon because the last several days I haven't had to turn the light on when Scooter goes out at 2:30 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
It's bright
Now,
enough.
does Darlene mind that people know you call her Scooter or...
Scooter's the dog.
Oh, the dog. I'm
my
sorry.
Dog,
I
my
thought maybe she was running early.
No. She talked about running twice a day since you sent her that article.
Well, I was just sending an article on a champion marathoner. I didn't realize it was going to change her life.
She read the thing, and she says, tell TJ, thanks very much for sending that information.
Usually she says, what does he know? So I figured she wouldn't.
Well, she read it, and she took heart to it. She says, that guy runs twice a day.
Is she training for the Olympics or something?
No, she just likes to run
Crazy.
around. Run.
Well,
Yeah.
Run.
Just put it all out there on the street, Griff. You'll feel better.
She likes to run.
you are an episode of Dr. Phil waiting to happen.
Yeah, I think
that
so.
whole dynamic.
Couple of minutes after 8 at WEZL. Election day is over. Just a quick recap of what happened yesterday around here. I guess the most talked about race was the mayor's race in Mount Pleasant. Billy Swales won that. That is not the guy who's saying I can help.
That's Billy Swan.
There were a lot of folks confused because they thought they were voting for Chris Christopherson's keyboard player. Turned out they were voting for an insurance guy. He'll be sworn in on November 10th. John Byrne, Elton Carrier, Linda Page, and Craig Ryan all got in for city council in Mount Pleasant. Monk's Corner voted in liquor on Sunday. Yep. Beer and wine and liquor on Sunday. It's illegal now. Nobody else will be thrown in jail for drinking on Sunday up there.
It's still illegal to
too
make
much,
it,
you
though.
will.
Huh?
It's still illegal for them to make it.
I don't know what you're talking about. Nobody in Monk's Corner that I have ever run into would ever have known anybody that made liquor. What are you talking about?
Ever?
Ever.
Oh, okay.
Also in Monk's Corner, Tanya Aiken-Taylor and David Kaiser won their seats on the town council. They got to have a runoff in a couple of weeks for the third seat. And out on the Isle of Palms, Mayor Dick Cronin will stay in office for another 4 years. There were about, 1,400 votes cast on the Isle of Palms, and that race came down to 31 votes.
That's close.
How'd Dee Crosby do? I hear she was down at the bridge waving a sign about turning on the water.
I think she didn't win.
I don't know. I didn't see the results of who got to be the elected water turner owner in Mount Pleasant.
She was a write-in candidate, right?
Yeah, she was on a computer screen. I couldn't figure out how to do it. That woman made me put my pen up.
She took your pen away from you?
Do you feel like you were on Jeopardy?
I was trying to write.
The music was over. She took your pen.
How much did you wager?
In Georgetown, Jack Scoville, he got elected, 47% of the vote up there. And some of the other things around the country that happened that a lot of folks were talking about, that the two Republican candidates for governor in Virginia and New Jersey won. In Virginia, it was expected pretty much because they always elect somebody for governor who's not in the same party as whoever just got elected president. It has always been. If there's a Democrat,
just by coincidence?
I don't know whether they just get up and say, y'all, we got a Democrat, and so we got to have, because they had a Democrat governor the whole time Bush was in office.
Right.
Is that a Republican?
Yeah, no, it's a Republican.
Wow.
And in New Jersey, they had a guy, he was the one that was in that car wreck. Remember, didn't wear his seatbelt, got all bust up, had to apologize to the world because he didn't wear his seatbelt. I mean, he's like, geez. Apparently he wasn't much of a governor to start with, and he got beat pretty bad. So the governor's races, they pick up two Republicans there. In that New York 23rd District, which was really an odd thing, if you're into politics, that was just an odd thing. They had a Democrat and a Republican run. Republicans held that seat for 3 decades. Always been a Republican representative from there. And this Democrat was running, and the Republicans named their candidate, and then apparently the conservatives of the Republican Party decided they didn't like that candidate. So they got behind a guy in a third party and got him to run as the conservative candidate, which forced the Republican candidate out of the race.
Right.
Because they said she was too liberal. Rush hated her.
Yeah.
Rush hated that woman.
That. And I don't think you can do that everywhere. I think there was a special law in New York that was on the books that allowed them to
do that,
get a third-party candidate in there that quickly.
Well, Democrat won. The Republicans were fighting each other. And
so really they just split those votes.
Pretty much. Oh, the lady who got pushed out of the race ended up supporting the Democrat.
Yeah.
I think she's just mad.
Right.
Michael Bloomberg got reelected after having the law changed so he could run for the third term. He got reelected.
That's what money will get you right there.
Exactly. And Maine, their voters, unpredictable. The legislature and the governor had already passed a bill and signed it and put it on hold, making it legal for gays to be married in the state. But they wanted to put it to a vote after they did that, and then the voters said, no, I don't think so. It came down to a handful of votes. It was very close, but Maine turned it down. So in the 31 states where it has been put to a popular vote, it is yet to be accepted. Just a couple other things going on in the election cycle.
There you go.
And we wait patiently to find out if Dee Crosby is the new water turner owner in Mount Pleasant.
She might still be down at the bridge.
Waving that sign.
Run down there?
Yeah, why don't you run down there and say, get us a biscuit while you're out, will you? All right, if you're looking for